Hey guys, welcome back to Talking with Tyler. And on today's podcast, I will be recapping the Jets' last game against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints took that game 29-6, and I have my dad back on here. You are Talking with Tyler.
Thanks for having me on again, Tyler. Another bad loss by the Jets.
Yes, it was, but I had some hope in the beginning. They scored quick 3 points off turnover on the opening possession. I was definitely happy about that, but other than that, Brady Cook could not get anything started for the Jets offense. They just could not capitalize. And Nick Folks, 6 points were the only points of the game. You can't win if you can't score a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for weeks now. Just Jets offense is very, very stagnant. Don't put up any points. And defense was not fantastic either. First half, defense kind of held their own. I did like what the new defensive coordinator was doing. I thought Sherwood had a decent game. He had a sack. He had 7 tackles, 4 assists. But just in the second half, the Jets came out flat. Were not able to get anything going and got outscored 20-0 in the second half against a lowly Saints team.
Yeah, the Saints are just not good this year, but they're actually surprisingly on a 3-game win streak, and their quarterback, I don't know how to say his last name correctly. It's like Shao, I think, or something like that. He's been hot lately. He came in mid-season, I saw, and he had over 300 yards in this game. He just was beating up on this Jets defense, but the Jets defense was a lot better, I gotta say, than the past 2 games, like when they gave up 30-plus points. And I was pretty surprised that the Jets did not fire their offensive coordinator yet, because the past 3 games, they only scored less than 20 points. Dolphins, 10 points. Jaguars, 20 points. And Saints, 6 points. They just are so low on touchdowns right now.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they don't really have a whole lot of talent. I don't really see anything, creative or anything like that, but they might not have the personnel to do that. Obviously, they fired a defensive coordinator last week. They would probably part ways with this offensive coordinator. But listen, it all comes down to the draft. All comes down to what the Jets are going to do with that draft capital. Are they going to need to trade, up or quote unquote down so that they could get, a higher pick? Right now, they're currently sitting at 4. I think the Giants are in front of them. The Raiders are ahead of them, and potentially Tennessee, I think.
I think Titans are behind us now.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're right. So ultimately, listen, the Jets are trying to move up to try and get closer to that number 1 pick. Giants and Raiders are actually going to be playing themselves here in the last 2 games, so that will guarantee one of them having 3 wins and tied with the Jets. But I think the strength of schedule still might potentially lie with the Jets. So Jets are trying to move up without having to give up picks. But if they do, there's going to be a couple quarterbacks that they might have to try and go with. If you're one of these quarterbacks, you're probably nervous as heck having the Jets potentially, pick you, because that's where quarterbacks go to die.
Yeah, it kind of is. They just wreck quarterbacks. Look at Sam Darnold. He's going for Super Bowl contention this year, and Zach Wilson. He's quarterback number 2 for the Dolphins. But I mean, he's had some success over the years.
He actually got passed over. But Sam Darnold is somebody that you do say he was a high round draft pick. I think he was our 2nd or 3rd draft pick. He's gone to 2 different teams over the last 2 years and has won 12 games. So maybe it's not, maybe it's not the quarterback. Maybe it's the Jets. So we'll see. Jets are going into this upcoming weekend, last home game of the season, playing against a Patriots team that is going to need to get a W. So it's going to be scary.
It is, but the Patriots are coming off against a big win against the Ravens. They just came all the way back from behind against them, and the Patriots are definitely fighting for the number 1 overall seed in the AFC, but the Jets, like, I feel like at home they play a little bit better than on the road, but it's just, I don't think there's going to be a lot of fans at the game with the record that the Jets are having right now.
No, you can't even sell tickets. You can barely probably give them away. Holiday weekend, supposed to potentially snow Friday into Saturday, maybe Friday into Saturday. Who knows what the stadium is going to be like on Sunday, but it's going to be slim pickings over there, I think.
Yeah, and I guess let's talk about studs and duds for the Jets against the Saints game. Not really much to talk about. It was another bad game for the Jets. Just no offensive scoring, no touchdowns. It was just Nick Folk the entire way through. But my stud of the game is going to go back-to-back weeks. It's going to be Isaiah Davis. I really like the way this guy is playing these past few weeks. I feel like he's really fighting for these extra yards, kept his toes in bounds on that catch in the Saints game, 25-yard catch and run. He was 4 for 4 on receiving yards this game, 52 yards. I'm really liking the way I'm playing. Isaiah Davis is playing these past few weeks, really stepping up big when Breece Hall he's had a great season, Breece Hall, but I mean the past few weeks he's been so out of it. He just hasn't really gotten past the 100-yard mark like the first few games. And that's my stud of the game. And for dud, I feel like it's gonna go to Brady Cook. He has 6 interceptions in 3 games. That's just unacceptable. I mean, I know he's a rookie, but you gotta do better than that. If you're a pro quarterback, you have to do better.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cook is put in a really tough situation here. Has not gotten a lot of work. He was the 3rd QB over throughout the whole entire season, and then obviously the last couple games he's been thrust into the spotlight and into the starting role. You know, he's shown some signs, you know, from short passes and quick drops and things like that, but he has turned over the ball a decent amount of time. He does not have the rhythm with the wide receivers, and again, that could be a microcosm of just not getting enough reps as, you know, the number one. But he has not shown to date that he is the next, you know, New York Jets quarterback. And unfortunately, I think with the 3 quarterbacks that we have, our quarterback for next year is not currently on this team. So whether we get him in free agency, whether we get him in trades, or whether we get our next quarterback via the draft, the Jets quarterback for 2026-27 season is unknown. I thought for my stud, like I mentioned before, I thought Sherwood had a nice game, played inspired defense, had the 1 sack where he jumped over. He had the 1 sack, and then he also had the opportunity where he jumped over when it was for 4th down and was able to get the stop. As far as my dud, I don't want to say the offensive line because I don't really think it was them. They let up 8 sacks, but I think they were more either coverage sacks or a quarterback holding on to the ball a little bit too long. So I thought our offensive line has been solid pretty much the whole entire year. And again, there's no continuity with them and the quarterbacks either. So I would not give my dud to the offensive line. I don't really have one in particular, but just the Jets have just been not playing well. 2 games left, 2 AFC teams, both vying for the championship, AFC championship, which are the Patriots coming up, and then the Bills away in Orchard Park. That's going to be a tough game as well, and we'll see what the Jets are made of. We'll see what these guys on the roster are able to do. We'll see who's going to play with pride and who is going to show the Jets that they want to be here next year. So, you know, they always say the film doesn't lie.
Yeah, it doesn't. And all these players are going to be fighting for spots. I feel like I think the Jets are going to have a really big offseason. I feel like they're going to really bring in a lot of new guys. A lot of players are going to get let go that are probably going to be unexpected. And I just hope all the playmakers that I like stay. But if not, I hope they really get a lot of key stuff in return, like high draft capital or another superstar from another team. And tomorrow is Christmas Day, and I want to do a little preview for those games. At 1:00 is the Cowboys versus Commanders. 4:30 Lions versus Vikings, and the 8:15 primetime slot is the Broncos versus Chiefs. Who do you have in these games?
Yeah, I mean, I think when the season originally started in the beginning of the year, these probably looked like they were going to be games that matter. The Dallas-Washington game, Dallas is pretty much out of it. Detroit-Minnesota could be interesting because Detroit still needs to win. They also need a lot of help. Minnesota 7-8. But again, Detroit really needs to have a good game. They need to get a W there. So I'm hoping Detroit wins. I do like their coach. And then Denver, Kansas City. Who would have thought it? A 12-3 record and a 6-9 record. You probably would have thought it would have been flip flopped. But with Mahomes out with an injury, Denver really playing well. I think Denver's won 10 games in a row. So who knows? But Kansas City's going to be struggling. So I would have Denver in that game. I'm sure Kansas City's probably getting points. Probably, oh my God, I think they're getting 13 and a half points, which is crazy. But I would go with Dallas, Detroit, and Denver on Christmas. So for everybody out there, wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, a safe and healthy 2026. We also have some NBA action too, I think, right?
Yes, we do.
The Knicks, who have been playing really well, look like they're going to be playing at noon. Wow, there's games noon, 2:30, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10:30 games. So there's not a shortage of sports on Christmas Day. So for all you sports fans out there, you're going to have to get off the couch and eat a little bit, but there's plenty of football and basketball to watch.
Yes, there is. So definitely stick around for those games. And for my picks for the NFL, it's going to go to the Cowboys because the Commanders don't have Jaden Daniels. He's going to be out for some time. And Dak Prescott, he's had some flashes, ins and outs this year. I feel like he's really been inconsistent, but plays well at the right times. And 4:30 time, I think it's going to be the Lions. The Lions, they're on two-game losing streak. I just don't think they're going to lose 3 in a row with Jared Goff as their quarterback. And like you said, they have a very good coach. They've known how to play in these type of games where they're fighting for playoff spots. They last year made it to the NFC Championship. I just feel like they're going to definitely be fighting for that spot again. And the primetime slot is definitely going to go to the Broncos. The Chiefs lost to the 2-12 Titans last week. That was just crazy. And their Chiefs backups after Mahomes are just terrible. They can't do anything. Chiefs are probably just trying to lose, not on purpose, but they're trying to lose so they can get a better draft pick. And that's going to close out the show for you guys. Thank you guys all for listening to this podcast about the Jets versus Saints game recap. The Jets will be taking on the New England Patriots this upcoming Sunday. It's the last home game for the Jets this season, and it's an AFC East matchup. Definitely try to come out to the game. Jets fans, bring the noise. It's the last game of the season, and it's been a great, fun season attending the games, but not so much the outcome. But definitely looking forward to the next couple of years. I think it's definitely going to come soon, the winning ways. Just don't know exactly when. Anything to close it out the show day?
Yeah, you're the eternal optimist. So, listen, we're going to the games. We're already bought in for next year for season tickets. Love to see the Jets turn this thing around, man. We got to get to the playoffs. You got to make a run. Let's have a winning season. Hopefully the Jets brass do the right thing and pick the right quarterback and, use some of this draft capital for us to finally have a winning season and get to the playoffs.
I would love it. So thank you guys, like I said, thank you guys all for listening out there. Have a great rest of your day, and Merry Christmas, and happy holidays to everybody out there. And let's do a Jets chant just to close it out.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
Bye, guys.